Hello and welcome to another episode of Live Talks with Fawole. We have the voice behind the camera, the wizard, and we have Tom in the studio today. Welcome, Tom.
Hello.
Or Thomas, yeah?
Yeah, Thomas. Normally, that's my first name, but apart from my mom, no one called me that way, so Tom is fine.
Yeah, has that been the same all your life? Like,
yeah, definitely.
School as well, yeah?
Yeah.
Tom. And your mum's always called you Thomas?
Oh yeah, big time.
Yeah.
Anytime.
Would you what is it? Does the tone never change? Like you know when you're in trouble, like Thomas.
Yeah,
Thomas,
you could hear the tone and you could see the face changing, and you're like, okay, that's not good.
Yeah. So, what about your Thomas? I want to go with it. I'm gonna get where I want to go.
As it works for you the best.
What you prefer? You prefer Tom?
Yeah, Tom.
Yeah.
I'm more used to it.
Cool. So Tom, how do we know each other?
So, we first met at the gym, Pure Gym again.
Okay. It's a good place to meet people.
Yeah,
though, right?
definitely. And some things I really liked about that. But first of it, on the gym, we never really spoke to each other.
Okay.
But I could always see like this guy full of energy, singing, like not really caring about anything else than him, music in the headphone. I was like, oh, I like this kind of energy, you know?
In the zone.
Yeah, it's like so cool because you're so focused on yourself that I find it like so refreshing to see people are not obsessed by the way they could be looked at. Like you're just doing what you have to do in your own world with music, like sharing positivity and good vibes, and I love this thing. And I've seen the podcast on on the profile on Instagram, mainly from Claudia.
Yeah.
And
so wait, hold on. Let's pause right there. Yeah. So we've spoken in the gym before, right?
Yeah.
We've had interactions, yeah.
Yeah.
But do you have my details? Are you on my Instagram?
Yeah.
You're on my Instagram.
Yeah.
So we exchanged Instagram details at one point. So we've actually conversated.
Yeah.
But then you're talking about a guest who I haven't met before, Claudia, amazing young lady. So you saw her interview, you're saying that. Just for reference for everyone back home, just so you know the reference, what you're talking about. So go on, you saw the podcast.
So I saw I saw that she was on the podcast, and then I started to look at what it was about, and then I've seen you hosting the podcast, and I was like, oh, I know him as well. And then I started to watch on YouTube as well the podcast, and I just like the different people you had in.
Yeah.
And it goes back to the gym, like that's what I find amazing with a place like a gym, because you have so many people with so many different backgrounds, different humans, and I find it so. In some places, people wouldn't mix it up that way, but in the gym, like everyone is the same. Everyone go for his own. Whatever he's looking for.
It's a universal theme, in the sense where that's why I like you as well, Tom. Sorry to cut you. The fact that everyone is trying to improve in their own given way, whatever it might be, but everyone is there to make an improvement in their life, whatever it may be, and that's the collective thing that we all swear in the gym, and that's what make it so amazing.
Definitely,
really amazing places.
Definitely, and if you want to go even further, like that's the way I kind of lead my life now. I just try to get better in any aspect of my life, like either going to the gym, in my job, like in a spiritual point of view, any like I'm really into self-improvement, and also that's just part of the process. Good.
So where are you from?
I'm from France.
You're from France?
Yes.
You're fully French?
Absolutely fully
Viva
French.
la France!
Yes.
Viva la France! Yes! My man, you're looking a little bit like Zidane over there as well. Like Zidane's one of my football players. Just saying, isn't it? Well, a little bit.
Definitely without the football talent.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Yeah, you got his good looks though. So you was born and raised in France, yeah?
Yeah. Born and raised in France, in Strasbourg, in the
Beautiful
east.
country, man.
Very nice.
I haven't been all around, but what I know about it, what I've heard about it, and what I've seen, beautiful country.
Yeah, very cool country. So many different cities, mentality, places to see. You can find pretty much any kind of vibe there. So that's a very nice country.
Very nice country?
Yeah.
Very nice country?
Yeah.
Mate, champagne comes from France, doesn't it? It's more than a nice country, mate.
It does. Champagne and bread and butter and whatever.
Come on, you know how much fun I've had on champagne. It's a very nice country. And the food is just like the attention paid to the food. We're gonna go to the food afterwards.
Yeah.
There's a reason we're going to the food afterwards. But let's leave that. Let's put a pin in that for now, right?
Yeah.
And let's talk about very nice country. You're very modest. I like that. I find the French, and I'm gonna say this like before we go into your breakdown of the France. strong, intelligent. Arrogance can sometimes be construed or misconstrued by tenacity. I think they're tenacious, they're strong, they know what they want. Very proud, very stylish.
Oh, thank you very much. Thank you very much.
They have a je ne sais quoi, as the saying goes. I'm not really good, but they have something you just can't put your finger on, you know? And sorry? And the only other saying I know, I think is really very couché avec moi. And that's all the French I know, do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I'm just trying to stay at the same level than the host of the podcast, you know?
Okay,
Stay stylish. Hey!
I like this guy. But yeah, France. Butter. Champagne for me, wine,
cheese.
Cheese.
You give it's very easy to make me happy. You give me cheese, you give me bread, I'm happy. You're having a good evening. Perfect. Nothing else needed.
Come on. I mean, someone said it here. I thought it was here. Someone said to me though about how people in France eat bread every day, but no one's really fat. They're not bloated because of the quality of the food. But they eat bread. People think bread bloats you, but like you said, give you bread, give you cheese, and you're good.
Because being. Getting fat or very that way, it's not like a one-time thing. It's like habits you have on a bigger scale. So I'm just trying to keep myself healthy and just eat consciously. And it's all about the balance, to be honest. I'm going to the gym every day, so I really believe that I can train more to eat more.
Yeah,
so that's a good.
I'm on the same school. Hold on, we're gonna do it right now. So give me 3, yeah. So 1, 2, 3. Yeah, I train so I can eat what the hell I want. Come on, I train hard so I can eat what I want. So growing up in France, what was that like for you in school? Like as a nipper, what was school like?
School was like pretty much in any country, I would say. I went to school like normally. I had a very nice background at school. I was quite.
What was you like?
Oh, when I was a kid?
Yeah, what was you like?
I was fat.
You fat?
Yeah, I was really. Yeah, I was not really caring about my appearance. I was just. Okay. I don't know. I mean, it's just something maybe you don't quite care about when you're young. You get.
So would you say that is when you say what ages were you talking about now?
When I was really young, like when I was from 6 to 10, 12.
So then sometimes that wasn't really possibly all your decision because you've got the diet you're being given by your parents and stuff, the amount of exercise you're doing or not, and then maybe hereditarily your body, your genes might just be pre-designed that way at that age. So not everything's, like...
Yeah, no, definitely. But at some point, I mean, your parents obviously are going to do shopping, get some sweets, but it's up to you to open the drawer and eat them. So that's why I ended up in I can't blame only my parents. Yeah. But at this moment I was fine by that. I mean, somehow it built me differently in my mindset. So when you go through it, when you're younger, obviously you kind of laughed at, people are mocking you because
bullied when you're
kind. I mean, not bullied in a bad way, but more psychologically, like people obviously are looking at you in a different way, like they laugh at you, and somehow it just made me stronger because I was like, okay, that's the way people are. That's people are not. All of them are not nice by nature, so you gotta, get stronger. You gotta get used to it because that's how it's gonna be your whole life. So just use it. Basically, use it as a drive in anything you want. It gave me a better determination, gave me a better focus, gave me a better purpose, and then you just start your kind of self-improvement and self-growing journey from there. Yeah.
So what was that? Would you think that was all you? Was you told that this is going to happen? Like you have siblings, right?
Yeah. I have 2 sisters.
Older or younger?
One older, one younger.
Okay, so we'll get into that. So was there anyone telling you that this is how life could be? You have to be strong, get through it? Or was this a self-imposed kind of motivation you had in your head, or you learnt yourself from stuff around you?
Well, to be honest, my older sister is only 4 years older than me, so there is not a massive age gap where you could see like a massive change in mentality in the people her age and my age. Yeah. But
well, your dad, your mum was telling you
you
could do this,
definitely. And if you are a bit aware of what's happening, you're young and at the same time you're old enough to realize what's happening, how people can be. Yeah. So it's just about as anything, to be honest, whatever bad experience you can have, you can use it either to let yourself getting down or to kind of improve and start from this.
Be positive. Or
negative. I'm definitely a very positive person, and I've always been that way.
Yeah.
So I'm like, all right, you know what? Just bully me, just mock me. We're gonna meet again in a few years.
Wow. I like that. I like that. There's strength. There's strength in that, man.
Yeah,
There's
definitely.
strength in your energy. There's a lot of strength in your energy. I like that.
Thank you.
So, see, coming up 6, you're getting bullied and stuff. What apart from that? What was you like in school? Did you like sports? What did you like? What did you enjoy in school?
I liked sport. I got into sport at a really young age, and it's been literally something. I wouldn't say life-changing, but it's always been part of my general balance. Yeah. I always needed this to feel better, get better. And so when I was young, my parents tried to put me into different kind of sport. They tried to put me into football. I was not really great. Basketball, again, not really great. And I find myself more in martial arts. And
nice, I didn't know that. Interesting.
Yeah.
And the plot thickened. Go on. I didn't know that was coming up.
So when I was 8, my mom was like, okay, you have to do some sport, since you're not really good at football or basketball, just try to find something you like. So she put me into judo. I did like 2 sessions, but I didn't like it. Like people were pulling your clothes and all. I didn't quite like it. But at this age, I started looking at karate movies like Bruce Lee, Van Damme, and all these things. And I was like, oh, I like it. So my mom put me in karate at 8. I did it for 10 years, but already I was like 12, 13, 14. I was like, I like it, but it's more like that's the proper martial arts spirit, which I love because it gave me a lot of very nice way of thinking for life and foundation, but not only sport-wise, but in my life in general.
Philosophically.
Yeah, definitely. There are some very nice principles and things. And I was like, I like it, but I want to hit for real. I don't want to be like touching.
You grew out of it, or you actually wanted to start sparring?
No, I wanted to like proper fights, and I was doing competition in karate, but I was more in, like already looking at boxing, kickboxing, Thai boxing. So I said to my mom, "Oh, look,
karate as well. Sorry, not to diss karate or nothing like that. Not to diss anything. The karate, I find it's a lot of preparation for certain blows, opposed to other martial arts where they're direct to the point.
Yeah,
like you'll do certain things to achieve other goals, kind of thing. Where like Krav is direct, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Kickboxing is different to Muay Thai. Muay Thai is different to Taekwondo.
Yeah.
They're all different techniques. But there's a lot of ceremonial stuff in karate for me. Like, so being a young man, you might just want the nitty gritty. Now I want to fight. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like,
because it's all the same. Even if there are different sports, it all goes to the same basics. Like whatever you do in your life, even in sports in general or in life in general, you have to grind to get somewhere. Nothing happens just because it happens. You have to work hard for it. So when I was 14, 15, 16, I said to my mom, look, I like karate, but I want to start fighting for real. So I want to get into kickboxing or Thai boxing. And she was like, look, you're too young, and also I was living in a village close from Strasbourg, like 10 minutes away by driving. And
Strasbourg,
yeah,
which is where on the map?
Which is on the east in France, very close from Germany. There is a border in Germany, basically.
Okay, Strasbourg.
Yeah. Nice. So my mom was like, look, you in a village, so you don't have like kickboxing club, but I can make you a deal. When you're going to turn 18, you get your driving license and you do whatever you want.
Oh, wow.
So 18 years old, I got my driving license, got my black belt in karate, and I left for kickboxing and Thai boxing.
Nice. So you continue to do kickboxing, karate up until 18?
No, I stopped. I stopped
at 12?
Yeah.
You stopped at 12, yeah?
No, I started at 8, from 8 to 18,
8 to 18.
karate.
So you stopped karate as soon as you were 3? You stopped.
Like literally straight. I got my black belt and left like a few weeks after, and then started Thai boxing, kickboxing for a few years, and then mixed martial arts came like for real. Like people could see it and talk about it. I was like, oh, it's even more real. So I want to get there. Then I moved to grappling and mixed martial arts for a few years. Then I got an injury, so stopped my expectations of.
Did it stop you from training altogether or just competing?
No, I was really training to compete. I've always been a very competitive person. Like I do something,
excuse me, you was training to compete, right?
Yeah. I've always, like, if I do something, I want to get fully into it. I don't see any, for me at least, I don't see any enjoyment in doing something if you're not doing it like 100%.
Yeah,
even over
full
100%.
out, flat out.
Ah, yeah.
Do you know, like, for me, the difference for me is like, because I know when you go to martial arts training, that you have to train, there's a possibility of injuries. There's a high possibility of injuries. A lot of people get injuries and they can't actually, you know, a lot of good careers are ended because of injuries, basically. And though I've done some fighting stuff, I've always been like, I don't want to spar. If I'm fighting, I want to fight. Do you know, this is me. If I'm fighting, I'm going to fight. I'm fighting for my life. I'm not sparring. I'm not doing no competitions. I'm not trying to take anything away from anyone who does competitions and stuff. But I think, like, life, this is my ethos. Where I've come from and I've come up, life is hard. You need to fight. You need to be able to defend yourself. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I saved it for that kind of thing. And I was like, no, I'm not sparring in case I get injured because I don't want that injury. If you're going to injure me, you're going to injure me on the real battlefield, basically. Sorry.
No, that's fine. That's fine. It just to be honest, sparring is part of the training because you have to get aware that you basically have to train harder than the fight could possibly be. Because if you get prepared and if you like really ready for hard sparring, well, eventually fighting for real gonna look easier because you're used to this intensity, you're used to this pain, you're used to this
muscle
mindset.
Memory, muscle memory.
So yeah, it was really, and even now in my life is something that I always keep the same mindset due to martial arts, and I'm very very happy for that. But then I got injured, and
what kind of injury?
I broke my adductor. Abductor. Yeah, so I had to get surgery.
Hips, no?
Yeah, it's inside the leg. So yeah, I had to get surgery and all, and then I couldn't recover properly. And in the same time, I started my journey as a chef. So I didn't have time. I mean, I was working a lot, obviously, so I didn't have time to go to set hours to train. So I decided to move in the gym, and then I didn't stop training in the gym since, but like just for me, to be honest, on the beginning it was a physical thing, like I was willing to improve my physical appearance, but very fast in the process it became more like about my mental balance. That was I now I'm training every day, but no, I don't quite care about the physical side. It really just gives me a nice balance mentally.
Now you understand, like sometimes when you see me, although I'm training and although I want to be strong and all them other things, it's like I'm enjoying something different. I'm enjoying the solitude.
Yeah, that's the thing.
The peace, the inner peace, the release, even the conversation you have with yourself while you're training that no one else is party to, that push, that extra bit of
that's
push.
The thing.
And you're working your body to the hilt, you know? Yeah,
but that's the thing. I mean, for me it looks like, for some people it could be a life goal, like to be so able to enjoy your own presence. Like many people are not able to do so. Like it's something very for me it's like the best quality you could possibly have. Like if you are happy by yourself, obviously you don't need anyone else to be happy with. So it's just amazing.
And if you're not, you're fucked.
Yeah.
If you're not happy by yourself, you're in big trouble.
That's the thing.
I mean, place your stuff on someone else in this day and age.
You're gonna be living with yourself for your whole life, so you better make it work.
yeah. When the lights go down and the sun comes up, is that even the right thing to say? You're on your own anyway. Whichever way round it goes. No, I really messed that one up, didn't I? So when you left and you had your journey, left home and everything, what kind of impact did that have on your relationship with your family? Like you got older sister, younger sister, your dad and everything. How was that? How was your relationship with your family? How was that?
It was pretty cool, to be honest. I was quite in conflict with my two sisters, but as we were saying, it's more because of the age gap than anything else. Like it was not like rude
conflict, like
that's the thing. Like my older sister used to kind of not bully me, but she used to, she was really like grown up and like more mature, stronger, and she was like bullying me in a very nice way.
Yeah.
But obviously when you're younger you don't understand
teasing
that.
You.
Yeah, that was more like teasing me, or you weak or whatever. Like she was a bit acting like a big brother, to be honest. We had this kind of relationship.
You love her anyway. The way you're quite endearing. You're smiling. The way you're looking when you're talking about it. Nice.
But obviously, it's
it's. You're like my sister. It's good.
Yeah, no, because I always liked what I always loved with my sisters is that they are very different, but they are all very successful in their own path or ways. So I love the fact of having inspirations from people so close from me. Like
what do they do?
So my younger sister, she created a startup a few years ago.
A startup?
Yeah.
Was that a start? Was it charity? What's that?
It's her own company, but like startup is like very small business, like mainly developed on internet and things. So yeah, she's very, very successful on this. She had a brilliant before that she was a manager in a bank.
Okay.
She was like the younger in the country
manager in the bank.
Yeah, that was just insane.
Are they like you? Like your siblings, are they like you? Like, as in, you know that you said if you do something, you do 100%.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. Absolutely.
Balls to the wall kind of thing.
Yeah, absolutely. She's even like
more intense.
But just in a different way. But she's like very successful because she's like so hard working. Like, I'm very proud. I couldn't be prouder, honestly. It's just I told you I like the fact that I can use as an example my little sister.
Yeah.
I'm like, you have people so close that inspire you. You can get fed by their energy and positivity and all. So and my older sister had a bit of a more complicated path. She has some health problem that she overcame. So it's also a massive victory. That's even
Celine, Big up Celine and Marisol.
Yeah.
God bless you both. I know you're watching the show. Big kiss out to you.
Yes.
Middle brother loves you. I can't say big brother, little brother. I say middle brother loves you. Yeah.
That's the thing. So yeah, in different ways, they always had to fight to get where they wanted. One to get successful in her business. The other one to overcome massive health problems. So it's like, you can just, if at some point you feel down because something went down in your life, just look at those other people. They keep fighting. So if you don't do it for you, just do it for other people.
Do for inspiration,
So it was very inspiring. My parents were working in a restaurant.
Okay, so what? Break it down for me. In what capacity?
Small restaurant. They were working. So they had a job they had their own job, and on the side they were working in a restaurant. My dad as a chef, my mom as a waitress.
Wow.
Yes.
Okay.
And
the plot thickens. Nice.
And since I'm very young, my parents always wanted me to work. Like when I was really young, when I was 11 or 12, I was doing like KP in the restaurant when I had nothing to do, or when I was in holidays. And it was quite frustrating when I was younger, because you see all your friends going out, play football and all, and you're like, no, I have to work. So it's quite frustrating, and it actually made sense. Now I'm very grateful for what they've done, because you realize so many things. Because okay, you're in holidays, you're 12 years old, your friends are going to play football, you're going to wash dishes in a restaurant, and washing plates, doing the KP, and you're like, why can't I be with them? But then you got paid, and you're like, oh, why? So it works. So if you work, you get something actually out of it. And then I started to take things differently and be like, okay, so if I want something, basically I need to work for it, and you need to put the work.
Give you that concept of value.
So it definitely. My parents always gave us, the three of us, those values. I think that's why we all kind of have the same mindset on the like overcoming adversity in any ways.
I find as well for me, Tom. Now, if I don't work, like I get bored or frustrated, and I start getting down a little bit. No matter how much I say I want days off and all this kind of stuff, like during the pandemic, and that's a good example for everyone. But when I have 2 longer periods without working, I just don't feel good. And when I have a good hard day's work, my rest is so much more enjoyable. Even though the wages are good, but that other aspect of it, like in the Bible, they say people who don't work shouldn't eat. But there's that thing of doing a hard day's work, or just doing a bit of work, you just feel good.
Yeah, it just gives you
good, man.
It just gives you this kind of satisfaction. Like you actually, I always hated the fact of having no purpose in my day.
Sense of purpose. It gives you a sense of purpose. That's
you wake up for something. You wake up for something. You put your energy, you put your feelings into it, and at the end of the day, you're happy because you you did good, you helped people, you worked for people, and you worked for yourself. So yeah,
deserve your rest.
But weirdly, my parents always tried to put us out of hospitality. They were like, we're working in it. It's a very hard environment. You're not gonna spend a lot of time with your kids, with your family, and that was my frustration when I was younger. I didn't really spend a lot of time with my parents because they were working pretty much every time.
So how did that act out in you?
When as we said before, now I realize all the good it gave me. But back in time, I was like, I would like to spend time with my parents. I would like to go on holiday with my parents.
You're really good. You're a good guy, yeah? But like I'm saying, yeah? Did you just say, you know what, Dad, I really want to spend time with you? Like what I'm saying to you is, when people react sometimes you argue with your parents, or you say, why can't I see you? Or you go out partying with your friends, or there's some sort of rebellious act or some sort of thing you do if you don't like something. You maybe just stop talking to them. But there must have been something if you didn't like it.
Yeah. I mean, obviously it's always the same thing. Like you see your friends, they spend time with their parents. They go on holidays with their parents. They enjoy time with them. And you're like, why can't I? Because they're working. So you kind of blaming them for working too much. Yeah, but you don't understand that they do it for not before. I mean, obviously that made them kind of happy, but they do it for you. That's the main purpose. And once you start realizing it, you see things from a different perspective.
It's like the way of the world.
Yeah,
we
that's the thing.
We don't understand it as a child. It's the way of the world, bro.
That's the thing. So yeah, my parents tried their best to put me out of hospitality, and I just went into hospitality at 20 years old, but literally by passion. I always liked cooking, but mainly like students.
How old are you now?
I'm 33. I'm still young though.
I'm dead. You're funny. You're so fucking funny. Wizard. I'm dead. I'm 33.
Yeah.
It physically hurt you to say that. Bruv, you're looking good, you're strong, you've got good energy, you've got a great career ahead of you. The stuff I've seen on your page is amazing. One day I hope to taste your food.
Definitely.
You've got a great outlook on life. You've got
just
a big
get
brother,
yourself
little
booked
sister.
in.
You're great. Yeah, booked in where?
You can book it on the internet.
Book in where?
It's called the Waterhouse Project.
The Waterhouse Project?
Yeah, in Bethnal Green.
Bethnal Green?
Yeah.
I'm going to check that out. But let's get back. Let's start off with that 20 years old.
Yeah.
We go back. But I'm saying, like, you're amazing. You 33. Fucking kill me, mate. You fucking kill me. So at 20, you decided to go into hospitality. Your mum and dad don't want you to go into hospitality. No. But you want to go in there. You got a passion for that. So.
Yeah. I got the passion for it. And I was like, look.
Can I just ask you some other questions before that, please?
Yeah,
Sorry. Sure. You said your mum was a waitress. Your dad was a chef. See, when you don't get to spend that much time with your parents, dinners must have been fucking nice, though.
Yeah, nice because I've always been around food, so that's
because you're French.
Great,
but your dad's a chef.
Well, that's
what I'm saying. He must have been doing some delicacies that other people can't do, that people couldn't do, or just the way he'd cook down certain food. It must have been just so.
Yeah, but if I think about that now, my main memories with my parents and food were happening at home, not in a restaurant.
Yeah.
It always, you always have this kind of memory. Yeah, always like very nice quality. They were obviously making making it the best they could, but always good quality, good products. Yeah. I'm lucky enough to say that I've been. Yeah, I think that we had a nice taste and food education.
Yeah, taste and food education.
Yeah.
I love it. Go on. Sorry, so you're 20 and you decided to go to hospital.
Yeah, and I decided to move in to work as a chef, but purely by passion. Like it was nothing else for me. I couldn't picture myself doing anything else. But before that, I never took it seriously. I loved cooking at home, but I never thought of doing it for my job. And I was still a student at this moment. I had a management
qualification.
Yeah, management qualification. And then I stopped everything to get back to work as a chef in a cookery school.
To start from the bottom.
And you definitely start from the bottom.
What age was it? 20 when you started that?
Yeah, I was 20. I was 20, and then and since it's still like I'm still working with the same passion than the first day. And
what is your love affair with food? What is it? I can tell you mine, but I talk a lot anyway, and everyone's is different. What is it? Let me ask you, and then you can tell me. Yeah.
Yeah.
Is it the serenity and the control and the beauty of the things you can create from food? Is it the fact of putting your heart and soul and energy and creating masterpieces, and then the pleasure that other people get from your food? Is it all of those things?
You literally said pretty much everything.
Okay, so, yeah, because food is something. It's fuck me. Food is serious for me. Do you know what I mean? And it's just, or is it the new things you can create? Because sometimes you can create new things and beautiful things, and it's like, for me, because I've got children, I won't say how many of them, but I know what I've eaten and what I've seen in my lifetime. They haven't seen half the stuff I've seen. So I'm still introducing them to stuff that they haven't seen before. And I find joy in watching them eat. Do you know what I mean? And
that's
they
amazing.
would never have tasted it before. So sorry, I wouldn't try to steal you from it. Well, what is it? What is it? Is it all those things and above? What is it?
Yeah, pretty much everything you said. Like there is a quote from a chef, I can't remember his name, that was saying that I'm an artist and food is my medium.
Yeah.
Because it's definitely a way to express yourself as a human, as a chef, as an artist, call it whatever. But you put all your energy, all your feelings, all your love in something.
For food,
And people are gonna eat it. So you're gonna have straight away a feedback. Like you're gonna give people a good moment. If you check around,
Papu Costi, big up yourself, because you're talking about food being art. Sorry, it's one of my art. I had to shout out the guy because that was his thing. Papu Costi.
But if you check around yourself, like any good news that you get in your family anywhere, it's pretty much every time said around a nice meal. You know, like if you want, I don't know, if the day your kids are gonna get married, they most probably gonna announce you like around during a meal, or they're gonna bring you to a restaurant to announce you. So I like this idea. And also I was working with a chef that used to say that we're feeding people with positivity.
Nice.
So it's definitely, I found this as a common point in my life as a human and as a chef. I'm a really, as you said, I'm a really positive person. Like I think I give good vibes from what people say to me.
Great vibes. Great vibes. I'm telling you now, great vibes.
I like feeding people with food and with good vibes and positivity. So I think it's very important, you know, for me, I always say that if I cook for someone, that really shows how much I care about someone. It's not that I wouldn't cook for anyone I don't know, but if I cook for you, that feel like I have, like, I want to express feelings, I want to show something, I want to give something. So that's always been my relation with food, and I really love the fact that you go from a raw product to create something like very nice that people are gonna enjoy, and even
it's a metamorphic state, isn't it? Just change this into this.
And now I'm working in a restaurant now. I mean, where I'm
the Waterhouse Project. Bam! Check out the Waterhouse Project. You have to book. You can't walk down there. You don't book, you're not getting in.
So you know, we have an open kitchen, so we cook for people. We also, as a chef,
so you can see everything.
And as a chef, we bring some plates on the table. So we talk to you a bit about the dishes, the inspirations and all. And it's so cool because
I think I'm going to book soon.
Yeah, you have to.
I'm going to. Go on.
And you know, it's really cool that you actually can explain to people why and how this dish has been created, and people are really into it. And also the really satisfying point is that for so many years I've been working in kitchens where you never see the customers.
Okay.
So you cook for people that you actually don't see. And now we have this open kitchen, so we cook, we bring you the food on the table, and as soon as they have the first bite, you can see straight away an emotion. You can see if they enjoy, you can see everything. So it's just like just so satisfying at the end of the day. Because you feel like actually all the reasons why you're doing it are taking a purpose now. Like it all leads to this man or this woman has a massive smile while eating. Like it makes me happy. It makes my day. So it's still the same. Like we're feeding people with positivity and good vibes and good energy.
Mate, I could have you here till tomorrow morning talk about food. Right? I'm smiling. I'm just thinking about all the different things. I fucking love food. Everyone knows me. I'm a greedy motherfucker. But what was that? I've lost myself now. Food. Gratifying food. I mean, now it's a whole different ball game because you do have that tete-a-tete with the person who's consuming the food. There's a different kind of highway. People are more interested in the chef as well as the dish and why it's all come together. With all the stuff that's been going on, like say, with what's your take on like the Gordon Ramsays, all the food shows and everything? How do you feel about them? Do you feel they've been positive or any negatives? What do you like about them? What don't you like about them?
Well, the thing is, obviously, it's those programs are made to be on TV, so you have to respect some codes to get on TV. So you can't do something to fade. You have to get it like kind of spicy. Like you have to show. Okay, you have to make it a show. You have to create some drama and all. So I don't quite agree with it, but in the same times, since people are seeing so many chefs programs and all, obviously it creates some passion, some vocations for people. So that's the very good. That's a very good point, because it shows. Maybe while watching Gordon Ramsay, some people are going to be like, "Oh, I want to be like that guy," and they're going to be their own motivation, which is amazing. So.
Can I ask you something more? I'm not going to get into this as well. All right, see Gordon Ramsay, yeah?
Yeah.
He came in off the bat with a certain attitude. I know what I know. I know this, I know that, I don't know what I don't know. But I perceive to understand, even if it may be stereotypical or mythical or somewhat true, that certain head chefs were fucking tyrants. Yeah. Like you guys say, they throw cups, glasses. They will be fucking people up if you mess with their food. As passionate as they are about life, they are about their food. But some are real assholes. And there was like some kitchens in some dark places. Oh, yeah. So you couldn't have that open kitchen shit you got now in some of the old kitchens, could you?
And I've been working in this kitchen. You know, when you're getting shouted at, you're getting like all day long, getting not. Yeah, it's actually bullying. Yeah, it's a very tough environment. I couldn't lie. You have all this pressure, all these expectations, all this that's high pace places. So you have a lot of work.
How did
obviously.
You get through? Because you have to really want to do something.
Yeah, but
someone's shouting at me. Yeah, and sometimes you haven't done nothing. Sometimes you're getting the blame for other people's stuff.
Yeah.
Or just because maybe just speculate, like a plate hasn't been wiped at the side, the presentation is everything, or something's a little bit cold, something's a little bit late, or whatever. And people are losing their minds. Like, I don't like to be shouting at the best of the time. How did you get through that?
The thing is,
passion?
For me, as far as I'm concerned, and a lot of people that I know that are into this industry, passion is the only way you can go through it. Because whatever it takes, you're so passionate by what you're doing that you don't quite care about the sacrifice you have to do.
All right, chef. Yeah,
it's sad to talk about that, but obviously reality, it happens. Yeah. I mean, you get aware that it happens. So, but you just have to get stronger. And we go down to the same that when I was younger and when I was bullied, and I used to take it as a motivation. It was exactly the same. Like I was like, you know what? Just bully me, just shout on me. You're just gonna get me stronger, and you just. Basically, the lower you try to push me, the higher I'm gonna end up. So keep going, let's go for it.
You're a cool motherfucker. You know that.
Thank you.
You're a very cool guy. You know that. I'm just saying, innit? I'm just saying, with your French accent and everything, you're a cool motherfucker, and you can fight as well. So I gotta be careful.
Yeah, true. And cook.
and cook. Yeah, wow. With all the advances in modern technology and everything, and all the changes and stuff, all the different cooking methods and stuff, the different foods on the market, the actual fact that certain foods are going to run out in a certain amount of time. How does that make you feel? Where do you see the food industry in the next, let's say, 100 years even, man? What do you see? Let's just go with that question. Where do you see the food industry in the next 100 years?
I feel like obviously it's going to get... I feel like some products are gonna be not affordable anymore. Like I feel like we're gonna use less and less meat or fish as an example, and get more into vegetables, alternatives.
By choice or by force?
Yeah, I think I hope by choice, because if it's by force, that means that we would not have understand that we had to do something before.
Yeah, we'll fuck up the ecology.
So I just feel like it's nowadays something you have to consider when you're doing food, when you're going in a restaurant, or if you think about that in a bigger picture. Yeah, I mean, we know that the food scene gonna change. We know it. It's just because the world is changing. Like the climate is changing, so you're just gonna get a consequence. Like the food changing is just gonna be a consequence of it, and
so you should so obviously the first impact of it will be price.
Yeah, I think so. I mean, at least on a small picture, the price is gonna increase for sure, and after that, I feel like it's gonna get to shortage. And
do you ever think that humans will turn into cannibals? I know it's a stupid fucking question. I don't care. I know, but you know, like there's a film called Bad something. I can't remember what it's called, but it's with some guy. But it's just like it's a futuristic film as well.
Yeah.
When things were all gone, like when there's no other options, certain people will do some dark things. Like,
yeah,
what do you reckon?
That's true. What
do you reckon?
I have a few people I would eat first, to be honest.
Yeah, well.
Well, if it can be useful. So.
Yeah. You better watch out. If you're on Tom's eat 'em list, you're in trouble, mate. They're getting his good books before you're on his pot. Do you know what I mean?
No, but yeah, I mean, you know, these kind of movies, like all those movies that were, I don't remember the title, but it was showing like pretty much apocalypse in 2012 or something.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously I always find it weird because this kind of movie, you see them as a movie, but you know that there is reality in it.
Within them, yes.
Like it's something not that. It's not
not
2012, but it's not that far. So
yeah.
So yeah, this kind of movie, I always take them with a bit of. I try to stay objective and be like, okay, we have some stages before getting cannibals, I think. But
so in your, what has been the height of your training in catering or being a chef up to date? Because I like food, I can cook, I'm not a chef, but I know that depending on what aspects you really go into, you could, being from France as well, you go to France to patisserie training, different places you learn different things, and then and it's just everything's a culmination of everything, but you can be a specific chef in a specific realm kind of thing. What for you, what has been the high point? I've never been patisserie baking, but I love cakes. If I ever get, which I might try to do, to go and do a patisserie course, I'll lose my mind. I'll be like, I'll be so fucking happy. Like, can we eat it? Can we taste it? Can we eat it? Can we taste it? Can we eat it now? Do you know what I mean? I'll just be happy, even just learning the stuff. So what was the pinnacle for you? So up to date, because your life is still going on. The pinnacle is still coming.
To be honest, when I started as a chef, I started in a small restaurant. So in a small restaurant, you do pretty much everything. And since I've always been very curious by nature, like as a chef or just in my life, I love learning things. So if I'm going into hospitality, if I'm a chef, I want to be able to master any aspects of being a chef. So it goes from pastry to hot dish, cold dishes, whatever. So I've always learned them both and been working in places where I could do both pastry and classic cooking. And I never stopped since, because it just, I mean, since I'm passionate by what I'm doing, it just gives me, I mean, getting into pastry just gives me a bigger field to explore.
Yeah, more repertoire.
More repertoire. Yeah, we said it before, like, I'm lucky enough to say that I'm working, my job is my number one passion big time. And I like the fact that since I'm curious, you will never reach a point when you're like, okay, I learned everything on this job. You will never get there. So that's something that's gonna motivate me for my whole life.
Come on. All right. I'll say what I fucking want all the time. Anyway, I need a recipe for Madelines and I need a recipe for quiche from you, please, at any given time. I was going to ask you to cook for me. I thought, no, let me just get a recipe from you. So Madelines and quiche. If you're French, you can probably make some really good Madelines, innit?
Yeah, definitely.
Light and fluffy and just
very nice.
You could actually be like one of them guys. You could be like a French Jason Statham, the chef that fucks people up. I can see you as that.
We have a concept here.
Yeah, you're a very cool guy and stuff. You'd be like, who was it? It was the chef, man. The chef fucked them up. Yeah. So what's your signature? what's your signature thing? If you have one.
Okay, I think lately two of the dishes I've been the more happy about was monkfish dish.
Monkfish?
Yeah, with butternut puree.
Monkfish with butternut puree, yeah?
With pickled kumquats, which is a small citrus.
Yeah.
And saffron and orange beurre blanc, traditional French sauce.
Yeah.
And
Can you say the whole name of that dish again all together, please?
So it's monkfish that's been cured before in a Japanese technique, with butternut puree, orange and saffron beurre blanc, and pickled kumquats.
Orange and saffron beurre blanc.
Yeah.
What's beurre blanc?
Beurre blanc is a sauce made out of reduced white wine vinegar, a lot of different spices, and then you add a tiny bit of cream and a lot of butter. Classic French. It's very nice.
Imagine that I'm saying it tastes and I haven't tasted it. It's
very
good. I'm tasting it in my brain and I'm saying it tastes. It sounds really good.
Yeah, it's very nice.
It tastes, How can I say it tastes when I haven't tasted it? It sounds really good.
Yeah, no, it is.
And the other one?
And the other one is actually one we have on the current menu at work.
At the Waterhouse Project?
Yeah, which is lobster. My idea was actually the ceviche. So it's lobster.
Ceviche, what's that?
Ceviche is a Peruvian dish with raw fish that you marinate in something called leche de tigre, which is...
leche de tigre.
Yeah.
That's Espanol, see or no?
Yes.
See, your pronunciation is good. How many languages you speak?
I speak French, English and Spanish.
Oh la la!
Yes.
Okay, we're going to get into that. Yay, caramba, mi hermano, mi fratello, fratello's Italian.
Yeah.
Hermano is thing, mon ami is French. How you say brother in French?
Frère.
Frère.
Yes.
Mes frères.
Yes.
My frère. Come on.
So yeah, that's very fresh.
Ceviche, you said.
Yeah, so that's very fresh with a lot of garlic, lemon, lime, coriander. It's very tasty, very fresh.
Wow.
So yeah, this dish is made out of lobster with pickled peaches, spring onions.
Pickled peaches.
Yeah, kaffir lime gel and grated kaffir lime, and finish with the tomato consomme. Very fresh,
it sounds really,
very summery.
Like intricate, but I bet it was fucking nice.
But to be honest, I feel like it's, in my opinion, probably one of the tastiest dish I ever made. Like honestly, no, like, without like, I stay objective and modest as I said, but genuinely, that's amazing. Like we have amazing feedbacks from people. So
nice. We've got someone coming upstairs right now, just in case they come in while we're thinking. Wow, Tom, I like it. I like it a lot. Where do you see yourself in the next 10 years?
That's a tough question. 5 years ago, I wouldn't see myself anywhere else than in Strasbourg. I wouldn't see myself in London 5 years ago. So, it's just life. But I definitely see myself having or running my own restaurant anywhere on the planet. To be honest, at the moment, I'm very happy with London. I'm really. Basically, I love London for that. Like
Oi. London loves you too, fella.
Thank you, London.
Come on.
The thing is, I feel like in London, I realize now that my career took a direction I never expected. Like in London, it goes way faster. I feel like in France, it's way longer to get somewhere. Yeah. In London, it's like you just rewarded with the work and the passion you put into it. So the more you give, the more you get, and it can go really fast. Like in 4 years' time, my career got crazy, and obviously because I put the effort and the work in it, and I met the good people on the way that pushed me in that direction. So for that, I love London, and also as a human, I feel like London. You meet so many different people with so many different backgrounds.
As a human, you said.
Yeah, as a human, you just get.
I like that.
Because that's the thing. I feel like, as I said, in my job, in my life, I just want to be better every day as a human, as a chef, as anything. I just want to be the best version of myself, really. Because
God bless your cotton socks. You're a nice fella. You're a very modest fella, aren't you, as well? I like that. Right, so we're live on this and that. What I wanted you to give me is the advice for anyone dealing with self-confidence, lack of motivation, and so on and so forth. What got you through?
I've been lucky to meet some people that really pushed me to realize that I should be proud of a lot of things that I achieved. But I've never been able until a few months ago to realize and to celebrate small victories. And it's something I feel like it's very important to me, like to be aware when you do something that you can kind of take the time to celebrate it and to to feel proud of it. It's something I've never been able to. I've always been so obsessed with, okay, I see the bigger picture. And at some point you lose the focus on what's actually happening now. And because every time I was doing something good, I was like, okay, it's good, cool. I'm moving to something else. Yeah. Because that's the way I thought were pushing me to keep active, to keep pushing. But in this equation, at some point you lose the point that, take time to celebrate what you just did. So just feel proud of it. Find the pride out of it, and then you still have time to move on the next level. So that's been really helpful for me, and also just try to find a balance that makes you feel happy. My balance now is very simple. I have my friends, my very close people. I have my job.
I'm one of them now, right?
Yeah, definitely. Okay, you were before already. I have my job. I have my own my personal kind of headspace, cleaner, going to the gym, and just it's enough for me to be happy. I'm a very simple person. I don't have crazy dreams or expectations. I can find happiness in my small comfort, because that's what I need to be at my best as a person. And if I'm my best as a person, I'm going to be at my best as a chef. So it's actually a win-win. So you have nothing to lose in it. No, you don't have to. You just, as I've been said once by a very bright person, like, if you can't fight it, embrace it. So
if you can't fight it, embrace it. That's, we're going to cap it with that.
Yeah.
If you can't fight it, embrace it. That's from Tom. Self-confidence. And if you've got going on, if you can't fight it, embrace it, then you'll make it. The last bit was from me.
And whatever adversity you could face, just use it. Like, if someone is bullying you, if someone makes you that you're not good, if someone says that you're not good or you're not made for that, just put the work in it to prove them wrong. Actually, that's what I've did in many things in my life. Like, basically, the lower you're gonna push me, the higher I'm gonna end up. So just go, feel free. Bully me. You're just gonna.
The lower you're gonna push me, the higher I'm gonna push.
Just use it. For some people, that can be a very strong drive. Some people don't need it, which is great. But if, in my case, it was, if you need this to react, then just understand the fact that's the way you're working and use it for something good, not for something bad for you. So just about positivity. It's always the same thing. As I said, if I'm always trying to find the positive in any situation and making the most of it, because
comes out, you know.
At the end of the day, like you said,
you made it. Not that it wasn't before, but you made it fucking cool to be French, mate. I'll tell you what, today, forget Jean-Claude Van Damme. Come on, Tom's in the house. Come on, I'm telling you, mate. That's from me to you. I think it's cool to be French. You're a cool motherfucker. I'm just saying, innit? No, cool.
Thanks. But to be honest, as we were saying, like, whatever can push you to get motivation, to get self-love, self-esteem, you should take it, because at the end of the day, self-love, I think, is the most important thing. Like, obviously, since you're a kid, you learn, like, in movies and all, how to love someone, but you've never really been taught how to love yourself. And I find it very frustrating now, because basically, at school, in France at least, people teach you how to find a job, how to make money. They don't teach you how to find happiness. And for me, it's my main, I want to be happy in my life. Just finding my balance, being with people, a few people around that I know that are, like, rock solid to me. And that's all I need to be happy.
It should be one of the primary objectives of a human being, to find definitely happiness, but they don't give
definitely. And some people don't have as I said,
the capacity.
Obviously, it kind of doesn't. It didn't come from me, because some people really helped me to get through this thing, like self-love, self-confidence. But once you're there, you're like, how have I even been able to live without knowing that? And I'm like,
wow.
I'm 33. Yes.
It's 33.
I'm 33. I realized that, and some people in their whole life, they don't came to the point that they realize this. So I'm like, well, there's nothing to be scared of. Just keep going.
Nail on the head. Yeah. Some people don't ever realize it. Once you realize it, innit?
But you always realize this thing too late. Like, I realize how.
But no, if you realize it, is it too late though?
It's never too late. No,
Yeah,
it's never too late.
So it's contradictory what you just said, isn't it?
It's never too late. It's never too late. It doesn't. You just have to understand and take. Sometimes it's hard to take perspective and understand the purpose behind something. But if you can step back, sometimes it's good to see things from a different point of view and listening people and being surrounded by people that are gonna feed you in positivity, in passion, in whatever, and not negativity. Like I really lately I had to cut loose with some people that brought me only negativity.
You cut man like cancer, my man. You got to.
I'm like,
you have to.
I'm like, I don't
Put them
want
like
to
a hot potato, bro.
I don't want to be like dragging people. I want to be with people that are going in the same direction.
Don't need no anchors.
So yeah, I'm just like, my life is way better since. So I'm like, okay, cool. That's my journey.
You're inspirational,
anyways,
you know that. I get the French that she's I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it.
Attitude.
Yeah, the attitude. Come on, I absolutely love it. I love it. Do you know what? I always say to people that we're gonna get you back on and all that kind of stuff. Yeah. Some people they get back on, some people they don't get back on. Yeah. But how would you feel about us coming and doing a show with you actually cooking something and us seeing the beginning, middle, and end of the actual plate being cooked?
For what, sorry?
How would you feel about me coming and filming you and doing another discussion about food, but you're actually cooking me something to eat? So
that would be nice. That would be amazing.
Is that, that might be a possibility. Cool. Let's look into that a little bit. We're not closing yet. I've got a set of questions to ask you before you go.
Yeah, go. But I got
you're a cool motherfucker, you know. You. Tom, the man from France. Yeah. Come on. Strasbourg.
Yeah.
Strasbourg. All right. I've got a list of questions here. I'm going to ask some of these questions here. But let me think of one that... No, I ain't got no current affairs. I'll save that for the next guest. I have some current affairs. But I'll ask you from the book here. I'll have you back another time.
Yeah.
And our things will be food-orientated. Oh, wait a minute. One other question. If you could cook for anybody, who would it be? What would you cook? And why? And that just jumped into my head.
Wow, that's a very.
It's a big question, isn't it? All right, I'll let you.
What would I cook? And who would I cook that?
And why?
Wow.
We could save it to the end. I'm gonna ask you some other questions. That'll be your final closing question. I'm gonna ask you again at the end. So you got that right. All right. What's the best advice you've ever given? Ever been given?
The best advice
you've ever been given?
To believe in myself. To believe in myself, to invest in myself, and not caring about what people can say, can think, can judge. Because obviously, people are always gonna judge you for whatever you're doing. People are gonna, as you said in one of your videos, humanity is calamity. So it couldn't be.
Humanity is calamity.
True.
My poetry, I like that. You be listening. I like that.
Of course.
No, hold on. Give me number 3. I like that, my brother.
Starts being a lot of trees.
My man. What's the worst advice you've ever been given?
The worst advice. The one I didn't follow to stop my career as a chef. I was working with a chef in France that was really tough, and was saying me you know what, stop it. This job is not for you. Stop. And I was like, no, I'm not gonna stop. So it was hard, but then I was like, you know what?
Well done.
You'll see.
Well done. What's the worst thing you've ever done?
Food-wise?
No, in your life. You know what I mean? Have you seen the film The Goonies?
Yeah.
You seen The Goonies?
Yeah.
And he goes, what's the worst thing you done? He goes, I went to the shop and then I was throwing vomit over the people. And everyone was sick. You know, they started those stories.
Nah,
but it's not that bad. Just the worst thing you done.
The
Kid, old,
worst
whatever, I don't care.
people I've done because it brought me down was to cut interactions and to give up on people that I shouldn't have.
Okay.
That's probably the worst because I realized later, maybe not too late, because there is always, when there is life, there is hope. But I think that's lately my biggest mistake. This thing I shouldn't have done, but in the same time, having done at this moment this mistake brought me to where I am today. So
you can't knock it. If you're happy where you are right now,
that's the way it was. So
it was necessary for you to get there.
That's the thing. I really believe in fate. I'm like, if it happened like that, it had to happen for that reason, and I'm gonna understand what there is to understand behind that. So but definitely that's my biggest mistake. It happened not that long ago though, so it's quite fresh.
Your favorite quote?
My favorite quote, I couldn't do the whole one, but it's a sentence from
you know who it's from, who it's by?
Marianne Williamson.
Okay.
Our biggest fear is not that we are unable, it's that we are powerful beyond leisure.
What's the name? Marianne. You know that
Marianne Williamson.
Marianne Williamson.
Yeah, it's been quoted in the movie Coach Carter.
Okay, I know. I vaguely know the
yeah, and basically,
Williamson.
Marianne Williamson, and mainly it talks about you don't have to be afraid to be positive, to show what you really are, because somehow this energy you're gonna give to people could create in them they can be the mirror to reflect light, and it can give them the opportunity and the drive to light, to shine as well. So yeah, just about positivity, to be honest. Nice. That's one of my favorite one, I think, because it's really, it's a way of life, to be honest.
Life changing, life enhancing.
Yeah.
Nice ethos to have.
Yeah.
All right, you're going to go back to that question in a minute. I've got one before it, just to let you know. That's going to be the last question of the show, yeah? All right. If you had... Now I'm going to give you two questions, so I'm greedy.
Yes.
Then we're going to get you on in a minute, mate. If you had one wish, what would it be?
To be happy.
My G. I love that. Furthermore, give me 3 for that. You're a G now. And then... your favourite film? And next the big question after that was...
my favourite film, it's actually a series of movies. It's all the Rocky.
Okay.
I love them.
Okay.
I love those movies because I found them so inspirational. Even now when I'm down, I'm looking at some Rockies. Even Creed, I'm looking at them because they give me a drive. They give me this... When you rock bottom, you start from there and you fucking go up.
The soundtrack.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like all those movies, I find them so inspirational.
Do you know what, right? I love all the Rockies too, right? But like, not in a good. I love Rocky. Rocky's a G, but like, I like the bad guys in Rocky as well. That's the thing with Rocky. They made you like the bad guys. I like Dragoff, and I love Mr. T. Like the two of those bad guys. I mean, I love the Apollo Creed was cool as fuck as well. Tommy Gunn, not so much.
No, not
so much. Tommy Gunn, not so much. But Apollo Creed, the first couple loved him. He went around with Sugar Ray Leonard, but. Clubber Lang and
he was
Drogoff.
And Drago was amazing.
Break you.
Yeah,
you're not
if
human.
He dies.
You want a real man? I know you want a real man. Come over here. You want a real man?
Yeah, and also, I mean, put back in the context, it was so political. This movie.
Yeah,
like, just crazy. It was so powerful.
Yeah.
But yeah, this movie was like really amazing, inspiring for me.
Yeah.
Apart from that, there is a French movie called 99 francs, which is pretty much...
Say it again, please.
99 francs.
One more slowly.
99
francs.
Which is pretty much 99 penny.
Did I say it right?
Yeah.
Say it one time.
99 penny.
No, French, man.
Oh, sorry. 99 francs.
Fuck that right up in it, mate. If I can speak French, mate. Mate. It's a beautiful language. The Matrix. It's like wiping my ass with silk. You know, like, it's a banging language. I don't care. It's serious. I like languages, but that's a banging language. Serious stuff. So we're going to get now. Tom, it's been really, really fun having you here.
Yeah, me too.
I'm going to get you back, and we're going to do some cooking. We're going to do some cooking because I like food. Well, I'm going to come to where I'm going to figure that out. So we're going to wrap up now, but I want to ask you a very, very serious question. Like, who would you cook for? What would you cook, and why? Not why would you cook for the person, but why would you cook the dish for the person?
Yeah.
You take your time with it. It's all right. It's all right. I want to shout out your socials while you're thinking that. We'll probably put on the screen as well, but I want to see what your socials are. So you can follow this guy on Instagram. Like, I'll let you know his socials if you want to find him for a good plate of food. And if not on Instagram, the Waterhouse Project.
Yes, exactly.
Waterhouse Project in Bethnal Green you want to get down to.
But I'm definitely on Instagram, so you can find me.
Yeah. What are you on Instagram?
Yeah. What Chef Tom Le Mercier.
Chef Tom Le Mercier.
Yeah.
Did I say it right?
Yes.
Fucking hell. Wow. Hey, give me 3. Come on. Now you need to answer your question. Don't be getting out of it. You need to answer your question.
I'm still trying.
Yeah, don't take too long, mate. We only got like.
You were talking about that. I would cook for Zinedine Zidane.
Okay.
Just like a few hours before he hit Materazzi with the head and be like,
okay. What was that? He headbutted someone?
Yeah.
Okay.
And I'm pretty sure that we lost the World Cup because of that.
Yeah.
So I would be like, no, you know what? Just chill. I would cook you something light, so you get a bit chill, good mood, and you're gonna get relaxed.
Okay.
On the floor.
Nice.
On the
what would you cook him? I've got the who and I've got the why. What would you cook him?
What would I cook him?
I
think I know. I would cook him a pizza just for him to make peace with Italy, so he wouldn't be upset.
I like that.
Also because pizza is my favorite food to eat.
It's your favorite food?
Yeah.
I forgot to ask you that. Sorry about that.
Yeah, pizza is my go-to food. Like I love.
As a chef, as a French chef, pizza is your favorite food.
But to be honest, that's the funny part. Like even if you are a chef, I don't judge any kind of food. Like people are going to fast food. Like I feel like there's just a moment for anything. Like if I go with certain people out, I wouldn't go in a fine dining restaurant because I wouldn't find it appropriate with the atmosphere. But I'm really happy going for like a food market or anything like having because I feel like food is important, but the main purpose is spending time with people. So food is just like the connection, just giving you a bit of context. But it's not like it depends on people. I'm really happy having a nice menu in a fine dining restaurant. I'm really happy having like a kebab or a burger or somewhere, you know, like anywhere with some. If the company is good, you have everything. Yeah. You just want food to be good. Actually, there is no
the food to be good.
Because at some point people try to make like to kind of put in different case food. Like one of the word I hate is gastronomy because it means anything and nothing. Like people like rating things, but there is no rating. They can live together. You can be a chef cooking some high standard food and loving having a pizza on site. I mean, it's just about and also one of the best dish I ever had was a pizza in Naples. Yeah. Just next level.
You like
just amazing.
This fits you like. Well, you like you've seen the film Ratatouille?
Yeah.
We takes a play. I'm like, it takes you back to childhood. Like, it just did something.
Yeah, because it's everything. It's the context. It's the place. You in the city where the pizza has been created, and it was just like one of the best memory food related I have. So does a pad thai I had in Thailand.
Pad thai.
Yeah, like street food, but it's just something else, just something different. There is this extra peace of mind, you know?
Yeah. When it's made good as well, like there's difference because there's food I've eaten here, there's African food, I'm African, but I've eaten it in Nigeria, my country, and it tasted totally different.
Yeah.
And that's the thing, it's
that's
different.
The thing.
Like on the side of the street, sometimes food cooked with fire, not with fire. There's different cooking methods.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a lot.
No, it's definitely.
It's a lot. Chef Tom.
It's been a pleasure.
Chef Tom, I'd keep you on for longer. I think we've got more to talk about.
Yeah,
I think we've got more to talk about. I want to get this guy on, but what we'll do, we'll get you on cooking real soon. We're gonna have to talk about this. Me and you will figure it out. I have to get a venue with a cooker and everything.
Sure, definitely.
You'll be up for that.
Perfect.
I'll look forward to tasting
Absolutely.
some of your dishes, man. And then giving some feedback on it. I might get you on a live. We might do a live, so we'll have a. Yeah, we're gonna figure this out.
Absolutely.
We're gonna figure this out.
I'm very excited for it.
I'm more than excited because I love fucking food, bro. You get me? Chef Tom, the wizard. The voice behind the camera was very quiet today, boys. He's got toothache. You know what I mean? And me, Fawole. Frankie, that was live talks,
Thank you very much.
Well,
thank you very much. It's been amazing.
You're amazing, man.
Thank you.
Viva la France!
Allez.
Yeah!